Hello seekers, welcome to Punneit Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Sun, the natural Atma Karaka, the Karaka of soul, the Karaka of Atman, the ruler of the sign of Leo, the king, will move in its own zodiac sign, will come out of Cancer zodiac sign, will cross the Gandanta of Ashlesha and Magha Nakshatra. And I've made a video on Ashlesha and Magha Nakshatra Gandanta transit, the link will be here. Will move in Leo zodiac sign on 17th of August, and this 1 month movement of Sun in Leo is going to be very powerful, very positive. It is heavily going to influence fire zodiac sign and also air zodiac sign. So definitely this is a time when you are supposed to be more focused on your own personal growth, both professional and health wise, and this is the time when you will see that your productivity will increase, because you cannot just see that Sun is in Leo. Sun is also getting the support of Mars from Virgo, because Mars will be in Virgo for the entire duration of Sun being in Leo. Not only that, when Sun is in Leo, the Mercury will also be in Leo. There will be Buddha-Aditya Yoga. So you are seeing how this Sun and Mercury combination is going to work for you. Although Mercury will become retrograde, Mercury will become combust. I will make another video for that just to give you better clarity. But see the full picture here, that when Sun is moving in that direction from Leo to Virgo, Sun is actually in a position to act. Sun is in a position to perform. And if you pray to Bhagwan Surya, if you follow the solar routine, if you become vegetarian, if you wake up early in the morning and if you finish your task before 12 p.m., then you will see your productivity will suddenly increase multiple times. If you pray to the 12 Adityas, if you do Surya Namaskar by chanting the mantra of 12 Adityas, that will be a wonderful practice. Also, you should not forget that this Surya will be affected by a retrograde Saturn from the 7th house. There's a retrograde Saturn in the 7th house directly aspecting the Sun. So when that happens, you have to be watchful. You must understand that the Sun is not absolute power here. Saturn retrograde will bring karmic things in your life, and criticism will come. There will be circumstances the Sun will not be able to break, but all this will be teaching. Sun is like soul who is here in the body to learn. So you will get a lot of learning. Anyone who is open to learning, who has this knack of absorbing things, reading the circumstance, will learn a lot. Only if you are egoistic, only if you are full of ahamkar, only if you think you are the best, is when Saturn will try to cast its shadow on the Surya. If you think that your life is too difficult, then you should chant the Bhagwan Ganesh mantra, Vakratunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kurume Deva, Sarva Karyashu Sarvada. Chant this mantra 11 times, 27 times every day, and give water to the sun every day. So it's more like you are accepting the light, you are seeking the light, no matter how difficult the situation is. And if you do that, this Sun in Leo will strengthen your confidence, will give you motivation, will push you forward, and will also reduce the negative effect of Saturn, because if Saturn can cast its shadow to the Sun, Sun can also cast the light on Saturn. So you will also get to know the reason behind certain maybe negative aspects or negative things happening in your life. You will get to know the reason for that. So you should be ready to accept all that and change, because change will be the phenomena of this Sun transit. Let's understand for each ascendant what this has to offer. But before that, do not forget to hit like, subscribe and share, and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss another update. Share the video among family and friends, because sharing increases tells the algorithm of this channel of YouTube that astrology is important. So share the video among family and friends to spread the word of Vedic astrology. For consultations, you can drop me an email. Let's start ascendant wise analysis. Aries. Now in case of Aries ascendant, Sun will move in your 5th house. This is a very auspicious transit for you. You will gain power, you will gain productivity, your lifestyle will improve, it will improve your personality. 5th house is Purva Punya, so Sun now highlights this particular house and you start gaining the results of your positive karma. something that is coming down from previous lives, something positive will come your way during this time. Sun will also aspect the 11th house, therefore highlighting possibilities of new sources of income. A friend can be of great help during this time. This is also the time when you can fight your fears. So start working on your solar plexus chakra, do yoga, do pranayam, and try to remove the fears from within. This can easily make you realize your mistakes and your negativity, also your enemies, and you can get rid of them through the power of Surya. Just you have to ensure that you are not being too authoritative during this time. Sun, when it is in Leo and it is in the 5th house, it is also going to bring better connectivity with your children. You will see or hear something positive happening in their life, and that will also make you happy. Sun in the 5th house is very good for people who need social presence, who are into politics, who are into media, who are into acting, who are into theatre, drama, or anyone who is going to start their journey in the field of politics and administration. It is also a very good time for students. Sun in the 5th house will give all the necessary confidence. This is the time when you can learn tough chapters. This is the time when you can focus on something that you think is going to be difficult in education. And for people who are preparing for competitive examination for civil services, will see great boost in their energy and confidence during this time. This will make you witty, humorous. This will make you more agile, productive. So use this time wisely to counter all the negativity in your life. Chanting Surya Gayatri Mantra will be helpful. Taurus. Now for Taurus individuals, this is the Sun coming in the 4th house, being the 4th Lord. So on one side this is good, but on the other side 4th house is the house of midnight. It is also the house of emotion, sukha, basically the house controlled by the moon energy, the mental plane. And when Sun goes there, it highlights all the flaws, all the drawbacks, and this can trigger your ego. Somebody can highlight your problems, highlight your flaws basically, and because your flaws are now highlighted, it might make you uncomfortable. So watch out for that ego clashes, especially with your mother, because Sun in the 4th house can make your relation with your mother go into any kind of conflict. You might also be worried about the health of your mother or mother-in-law. When Sun is in the 4th house, it will aspect the 10th house. So you will see that your focus will be more towards your career, and your entire energy will be driven towards achieving something in career. So maybe you are bringing your work at home and you are working till late hours, or you're always thinking about work. This might cause a burnout in your life. So be watchful of this. Although this is a good placement, Sun in the Kendra, but Sun highlighting the 10th house and Sun burning the 4th house, it's like if you won't be able to sleep if there is a sun in the night, or if there is too much of light, right? So this takes away the rest angle, the angle to where you rest, where you rejoice, where you rejuvenate, and rather it makes you always on the move, always on the go. So people who love this will find it really good, but people who are more laid back, who are more peace loving, who are more fun loving, might see that work is taking away that angle, that charm from your life. But this is life, so you should keep on moving. You should keep on doing new things. This is a great time to experiment in your career. This is a great time to find a new place, a new niche in your career, and that will actually give you support from supervisors, support from people in authority. So in that sense, it's a very good transit. Gemini. Now in case of Gemini, Sun will move in your 3rd house. 3rd house is about siblings, about your strength, about your capacity. 3rd house is also about short distance travel. And Sun will also aspect the 9th house. Therefore, this will improve your capacity to work. It will give you the importance of dharma, the right way of life. It will streamline things. It will tell you by giving you the right guidance. So it's kind of an hand holding by the Surya. So you can utilize this time to correct your mistakes. You can utilize this time to figure out the flaws and fix all the gaps. Sun in the 3rd house also shows that you have to take initiatives and matters in your own hand. But you will also have to be very wise in your communication, because ego may come in. 3rd house Surya also shows overconfidence, if sun is afflicted in your birth chart. So anything where you feel that you are the best, you may very well be the best, but you also have to know that this is the Prakriti's nature rule, that if somebody reaches at some point, somebody will come and cross your limits. Whatever target you have set, somebody will surpass it. So you should not be pleased by this momentary success or momentary ego. There has to be a sense of pride which will boost your confidence, but you should not have this superlative expression, because that will further deteriorate the situation. Always remember, when sun is in Leo, it is aspected by Saturn retrograde in the sign of Aquarius, right in front. So one mistake, one adharma, and you will be insulted, you will face humiliation, and this is only going to challenge you further. So better to correct your mistakes, better to move in the right direction. People who are involved into traveling and hospitality sector, who are in communication, who are in journalism, will see great career boost during this time. Overall, sun transit in the third house actually gives your speech a lot of power, a lot of authority. If you use it wisely, you can do much, you can do wonders in your career with this. You can be influential. So if you're a consultant, if you're a social media person, if you're an influencer, this is the time when you can make a difference. Cancer. For Kark Lagna, Cancer ascendant, you will see that sun transiting in the second house is actually auspicious for your family. You will see gain in your income, gain in your wealth. This will give you new horizons to explore, as well as it will tell you where to do the research, the right kind of research, so that you can sort your financial insecurities. This means right financial guidance will come your way, right investment guidance will come your way. And if you are about to fall financially, something will come and save you. I'm not saying expect that, but let the planet work in their order. You do your karma. Sun in the second house, because it has an aspect on the 8th house, shows that you might end up spending more money on research work, on the career of your spouse. You might have to engage with your in-laws, and it is an auspicious event. It is like a get-together. So if you all as a family come together and spend good quality time, the sun will actually boost your confidence and fill you with joy and happiness. Sun is a very important planet for you. It's the lord of the Dhan Bhava. And when Dhan Bhava lord comes in Dhan Bhava, it means that you are going to gain wealth. This wealth might come from inheritance. So if you are about to get or receive inheritance, or if you are stuck there, some positive things might go in this time. The only concern, Saturn is retrograde in your 8th house. So this will also unlock a lot of family secrets. So you will have to absorb them. Your facial expression should be very neutral, because otherwise your eyes will speak more than your words. And you have to be very, a person who radiates positive aura. So always smile during this time. One simple smile can resolve a lot of issues when sun is in the second house for Cancer natives. And also because it improves finances, donate some money. For people who are in occult, who are in spirituality, who are say astrology, numerology, vastu, healing, or anyone who is into sadhana, will see sun showering them with his blessings. So you chant Aditya Hriday Stotra every day. Leo. Now for Leo, sun comes on your ascendant. It's a sunrise time. So definitely if you wake up at sunrise and give water to the sun, chant Surya Gayatri Mantra, do Surya Namaskar, it's excellent for you. And when sun comes in the first house, it highlights the importance of your own self. It fills you with confidence, self-worth. It gives you value, and it gives you a kind of that energy that you always needed to execute your task, whatever task that you have set for yourself. And because sun is also very career oriented, because sun is all about karma, and because we are all sun child, star child, it fills you with life. So if you are down, depressed, if you have an afflicted moon, if Rahu or Saturn has been causing problems, then when sun comes on your ascendant, this gives you that lease of life, and you can actually solve all these issues. This will give you that that divine energy. So if you chant Surya Gayatri mantra, it will be extremely helpful. If you take care of your body, this will bring your attention towards physical fitness. You have to ensure that a disease is not causing that attention. Disease should not bring your attention to your physical body, but if you are doing yoga, if you are exercising, if you are walking, if you are focusing on the right diet, then this sun in the ascendant will give you good physical health, good mental health. And when these both work fine, if your body is working fine, if your mind is working fine, everything else will be sorted. So this is like a transit which will sort all the issues. Also, it will highlight problems in marriage. So you have to cut down on your ego. Sun in ascendant can give you ahamkar, so you have to focus on that. So if you pray to Hanuman Chalisa, if you chant Hanuman Chalisa every day, 3 times every day, and if you just read Sundarkand, focus on the GEMINI, the life of Bhagwan Hanuman, how he lived, and if you just focus on that, and if that is also difficult, just take the name of Bhagwan Ram, like Jai Shri Ram. If you just keep, or simply just Ram, 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 Ram. If you keep chanting, you will see that your mind will be fresh, pure, and always focused on the divine. Career, personal life, all will improve. Virgo. Now, in case of Virgo, Sun will make its move in the 12th house. Now, 12th house is not a great place for Sun. It is like the king in exile. This is a time when you focus on your subconscious mind. It is good for people who want to do foreign trade, foreign communication, who work in MNCs, who are preparing for foreign examination, who have applied for visa. So if you are going to Videsh, different country, then it is fine for you. But if you are kind of involved in government sector, this might be a difficult time. If you are applying for government tender, or you will expect something from authorities, then your voice may be unheard during this time. So give it some time. Wait for like a month and then decide. Sun in the 12th house is actually focusing on all the flaws and gaps and prarabdha. So if you are doing your duty, what you're supposed to do, you will get the result. But if you're lacking anywhere, Sun will immediately bring your attention to the area where you're lacking, and you will have to fulfill it no matter what. So if something is not happening right, then you may have to go back and see whether you are doing things right, or are you lacking somewhere. Where you're supposed to do something for somebody, but you're not doing. Where you're supposed to fulfill a kind of a promise and you are not doing. So see all those things when Sun will be in the 12th house. And this might also increase expenses. But you will have to, if you focus on careful calculations, if you are very calculative, see, Mars will be on your ascendant by this time. So definitely Mars on your ascendant will give you that strength. Just that Sun in the 12th house may reduce your confidence. So if you see this is a good thing, also a bad thing. Good thing because Martian energy will be there to support the Sun, and Sun is like, it's like the country is under the control of the vice president while the president is outside the country. Nothing wrong in it. But if Mars is afflicted in your birth chart, you may have to be watchful, because Mars may take over and the Sun will fall weak. It's like a person reacting to situation when there is no confidence. Half knowledge can be dangerous. So don't be judgmental during this time. If you think you don't know, then you admit that you don't know, and be open to learning. Libra. Now for Libra, Sun will be in your 11th house. This is going to be a wish fulfilling transit for you. Sun is the power of life, is the source of life, is the source of power, is the source of confidence. It is the Atmakaraka, natural Atmakaraka. And when 11th house Lord, being Sun, goes in the 11th house, this helps you outshine your competition. This helps you fulfill your dreams and desire. This will give you new source of income. And you will also see that a lot of things that you desire or wish will be highlighted, and your attention will be drawn towards that. That means if you are ignoring yourself, if you're too much sacrificing in life, if you're doing too much for others but less for yourself, this is the time when Sun will draw attention towards your own self, your own identity, and the importance that you can hold about yourself in your life. This is a time it will increase your self-worth, your prestige, your reputation amongst in the society, among your network circle will increase, and also you will get help from friends and who your supervisors, your leaders will actually appreciate your hard work. Why hard work? Because Saturn is retrograde in the 5th house and aspecting the sun. We can never neglect the very fact that sun is getting aspected by a retrograde Saturn here. So you must have that learning curve. It's a great time to enroll yourself into professional education. It's a great time for people who want to enroll into some sort of research work. You will be appreciative towards your children. Your children will actually show some beautiful progress during this time. This is a great time to start a new business or start something in partnerships. And if you want to apply for government sector jobs, if you are preparing for role in government sector, this can be really, really helpful. And the sun is also getting the blessing of Jupiter from the 7th house, which further makes you more creative, which further gives you an opportunity to be humble and get the guidance. The only way it will react negatively is if you are egoistic, if you think you know better, if you always try to compete and never try to be a team player. So if you chant Surya Gayatri Mantra, Vishnu Sahasranam, or simply take the name Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, it will be great for you. Scorpio. Now in case of Scorpio, Sun is transiting in your 10th house. Now this is the most powerful place for Surya. Powerful than exaltation also sometimes. Because this is the place when Sun is at the highest, it is at the strongest, and you feel the presence of the Sun. So the world will feel your presence when you will go. You say you are going in a board meeting, or you are going for an interview, or you are trying to, you have a public image and you are trying to convince. In all that, the Sun will give you that personality, that aura. So it's a great time to clear off any negative energy. If you think you are influenced by tantra, negative tantra, if there is a paranormal activity happening, chanting Gayatri Mantra will be extremely helpful. Doing a Gayatri Yagya in your home will be helpful with a proper ritual, proper customs. And if you bring Surya Yantra in your home, if you wake up early in the morning, if you follow that solar routine, solar cycle, and do less activity at the night and maximum activity during daylight, you will see that as you tune with the solar cycle, your health will improve, your prestige will improve, your personality will improve, and your way of thinking, the way you present yourself will improve. So presentation abilities will be greatly affected by this. Career will be affected by this. You will be appreciated, you will be known, and people will love your attitude. But Sun being power of ego and arrogance, as you can see that Sun is very strong. Yes, it's very strong, scorching in between 12 and 2 p.m. But then it also can be harmful. It can be too strong. So sometimes your presence can be intimidating. Sometimes it can be perceived as a threat. So it's your responsibility to tone down and realize that you should be presenting yourself as a leader, as a team player, but not as someone who can, sabotage, or who is more egoistic. So try to see if this is something which is happening to you, especially now this is a special case. If your Arudha Lagna is Scorpio, if your Arudha Lagna falls in Scorpio, it will impact your image 10 times more, as a figure of speech, 10 times more than the natural Sun transit for normal Aquarius Lagna. To counter this, give water to the Sun, do Surya Namaskar, and take the name of Prabhu Shri Ram. Sagittarius. Now in case of Sagittarius, Sun will transit in your 9th house. 9th house is about dharma. It's about spirituality, mentorship, leadership, taking things as a divine responsibility. So Sun is going to influence all these areas in your life, and it will make you a leader, a team player, and it will help you know your destiny. It will help you move in the right direction. So whatever guidance comes during this time is of great importance. After all, it's a 9th Lord. It's a Bhagya Lord. So the Sun will also influence your relationship with your siblings, with your neighbors, with people around you. And sun will also guide you to redirect your karma. So if you are getting certain criticism during this time, don't take it lightly. It can be the right guidance to shift your focus from one area to the other, or change the approach, change the attitude. Definitely there will be luck favoring you. Past life positive karma will support you. But usually what happens, as humans, we tend to ignore the positive but focus on the negative. So here you will have to pray to Bhagwan Narayan by chanting Vishnu Sahasranam, or simply taking the name of Bhagwan Shiva, Om Namah Shivaya, as Param Shiva, just to draw the Atman must be connected to the Paramatma during this time. You can go for a religious pilgrimage, a short trip to a temple, and if you can visit at any temple every day, especially Ganesh Bhagwan temple every day, it will be great. Just take care of your health. Too much of work is going to exhaust you quickly, and it will cause lower back pain, issues related to thighs. And if you are overweight, this is the time to cut down on your weight. If you walk to a temple every day with a sankalpa, God will listen to you. So because sun is coming in the 9th house, it's like you must seek the light. Capricorn. Now in case of Capricorn, sun will move in your 8th house. It is the 8th lord, so definitely it will kind of stabilize your life. I know sun in the 8th house do not stabilize anything. It rather exposes all the secrets. But because it is coming in its own zodiac sign, you will know the secrets, but also you will get to know how to handle it. So it's a great time. It can also build proper relation with your in-laws, but avoid any ego-related clashes. Especially, do not bring money matters or money-related arguments and disputes between you and your spouse, between you and your family members. Otherwise, it can be an issue. It can hurt ego, it can hurt self-respect, and it can become a very big problem, kind of that will take months to solve. And maybe, sometimes few things gets etched in memory and you can't remove. So be mindful, be respectful towards others. Focus your energy more on research, whichever field you are in. Do some research, do some education, and if you can do some sadhana during this time, if you can focus on mantra chanting, if you can focus on yagya and havan, it will be great. Focus on financial security by focusing on stability, financial stability, by investing, by safeguarding, by preparing for retirement, and by redirecting your attention towards your health. Sun in the 8th house will also expose health related issues or your negligence towards your health. So ensure that you are doing everything in your capacity to control and manage this energy. Don't eat any pitta aggravating food, that means food that is fiery in nature, non-vegetarian food, alcohol, or any smoking or other related stuff. Relation with your father can go for a transformation. There can be unexpected fight. Out of nowhere, there may be an emotional outburst. Control those emotions. Let the sun move into your 9th house, and then you will see that your luck will transform. But right now, you must be comfortable in the chaos. Aquarius. Now for Aquarius, sun will move in your 7th house. 7th house is of marriage and relationship. So this will stabilize your marriage if you don't bring in ego. Sun in 7th house is about surrender. It's about king losing its power. It's about democracy. Power lies in everybody. So as long as you are you're doing the equality thing, and you are not trying to dominate, you're not trying to take control, you're not trying to exercise power, you're good. But if you want to take control of the situation, if you want to exercise the power, that is when the sun will not be able to give you any favorable result for a couple of reasons. Number 1, Mars will be in the 8th house. Number 2, Saturn will be in the 1st house. This sun will be experiencing the energy conflict between Saturn and Mars. So your entire first 7 axis and 8th house gets this harsh energy of Saturn, Sun and Mars. That means power struggle will be on the cards. Health of your father may decline during this time, and you may have to you may have to take some bold and tough decisions in order to safeguard your life and streamline yourself. Your confidence can be a problem. But if you can manage all this, say by chanting Hanuman Chalisa, by leaving up everything on God, and you are only focused on your kartavya, your duty, you are just walking that straight path. Remember, the sun is in its own zodiac sign, and Surya in Leo is very powerful. This sun has the potential to resolve issues because it is going to illuminate the 7th house. So when it illuminates the 7th house, it can bring prosperity through your spouse. It can bring prosperity through business, but you will have to change your ways. It's a retrograde Saturn on your ascendant. Mars in the 8th house. Transformation is inevitable. You should not be in competition with the world. Rather, you should be like, depending upon the situation, you change yourself, improvise, adapt, overcome will be the theme for you. Pisces. For Pisces, sun moves in the 6th house. It is the 6th lord. So Prarabdha lord coming in the Prarabdha house, it's actually favorable for you. It destroys your enemies. It removes the negativity. It highlights, it exposes anything that is negative. So don't be surprised if some of your areas where you thought is going to be good turns out to be bad. Some of your friends prove to be enemy. Some of your enemy proves to be not an enemy. So these kind of things will be common to different people, especially if for Pisces, if you have a very strong sun, this is actually a good time. But if you have sun in 8th house in your birth chart, and in transit the sun goes in 6th house, then you will have to be careful about your health. In general, if you take care of your lifestyle, if you're taking care of your sleep, if you're taking care of your food, then you are good to go. This is the time when you should only focus on vegetarian food. See, vegetarian foods are food created by sunlight. Plant create food through sunlight. It's a chemical process. So it's direct sunlight converting into food as energy. So when you consume plants as a vegetarian food, especially raw vegetables, you are actually kind of absorbing that sunlight in a different form. So respect that, respect the nature, pray for the world peace, and pray for the betterment of the society and nature. This should be a common practice in your everyday prayer. Also, if you can do service or seva to people who cannot see, who are unable to see the beauty of the world, you will be seeing something positive going in your way. See, when sun is in the 6th house, it aspects the 12th house. So definitely it will increase your expenses, or will actually highlight possible future expenses. Don't be panicked. If you are planning, if you are strategizing, things will be all right. Remember, Jupiter is in your support. Jupiter is aspecting this 6th house. So you are on the profit. You are in control.